Hey, I'm Mad.
And I'm Matt.
We've been through a lot, raising 3 boys, building 3 businesses, and navigating the beautiful, complicated reality of being a mixed married couple in a modern world.
And through all of that, we learned one thing. Say what you mean or don't say nothing at all.
So this is our real life, unscripted, unbothered, every week.
This is We Said What We Said.
Okay, I've kind of lost count now. What number? I was saying number, what is it, 5?
I think it's 5 now.
Because
yeah.
4.
Yeah,
we had to
did
do
4.
the last one and we weren't here and we definitely missed the studio.
We did.
But it was cool. It worked out. And that might have to be our interim plan when we move travel so much.
Yeah.
I was just nervous about feedback and all that. We'll have to see. And we kind of booked them close, so this will be exciting. We just recorded one not that long ago.
Yeah.
And okay, I was I'll just say it so people know. This is what happens when you're recording a podcast and you're in the middle of a marital argument. So that's what we're doing. But
hope it goes smooth.
So we're not rehashing the argument here. And that's marriage. You just have to, sometimes you argue and you don't get to resolve and you pull into the podcast studio and you're still arguing. And then you have to hit pause and do life or parent or go to work and then put your smiles on for your parents or your whatever and then go do life. Right. So hopefully this will be normal, but we said what we said. So absolutely. We still love each other, and married people who love each other argue sometimes.
Or all the time.
No, we're not going to tell you what it's about. So the couples court, which
right into it.
It's not going to be about our argument. Or maybe this will turn into an argument. I want to talk about sickness. So we are in the sick season. Lots of people we know.
If you can't hear it.
Yes, that's why he has this groggy voice. But I we're in the flu season. And although I kind of feel like now all seasons are some level of sick season. I used to be just in the winter or just when the kids got back to school. But now I feel like it's almost constant. We both handle sickness very differently. And based on my conversations with my friends and clients and employees, I think a lot of people share at least some of this situation.
My way or
absolutely
your way?
Not your way.
Oh.
But I mean just the dynamic that two people in relation don't view sickness the same way. Now, I will say
it can't be just me who gets
I don't think it's just you.
Very irritable. It just can't be.
I don't think it's just you. I will say for what it's worth that my friends and clients and who are women all share the sentiment that their husbands are giant babies when they get sick. So if nothing else, it's all men.
Okay.
But I'm not even saying it's all that, right? Because I have female people in my life who, when they get a cold, the world ends. And oh my gosh, I'm so sick and I can't function. And
it's not that. It's just
yes.
Please
It's just elaborate
nighttime.
And tell me what it is.
It's just nighttime for me, and I get really, and I don't know what it is. It seems like all day. Right now, I'm good. I mean, breathing out of both nostrils, but in a minute, it's about 7 o'clock, 6:30. I don't know what happens. All of a sudden, one nostril's plugged. It just know it's time to go to sleep. And no, you're not going to sleep good, bud. And it gets very frustrated. And I tend to take it out on people. I'm sorry.
Are you really though? Okay, so
yeah,
here's my question.
I don't mean to.
Here's my question though, truthfully, because you claim to not need sleep. I love sleep. I mean, I would love to go to bed early. I sleep more than you do. I still don't sleep as much as most people, but I sleep a lot more than you do. And you're I don't even need sleep. I'm just.
But.
So why do you need sleep now? Tough it out. You're sick. Man up.
Cool. Saying it like that, you're absolutely right. So guess what? From now on, I'm going to start doing stuff now. You're probably going to interrupt in your sleep.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I'm going to start cleaning. I'm going to start doing and then
we've been married for too long, my love.
All right, but you're absolutely right. Because
I have
be thinking
eye
about
masks. I have earplugs. I mean,
you say it.
I'll put on a whole helmet if I need to.
You say it now, but then you look up and down, all of a sudden You gonna give me this nasty stare?
No, it's like,
You know, like,
because
what
I
are you
look at you like, I
doing?
feel bad that you can't sleep. I think it's also because I am not a nose breather. So I do think that's partly different. Like I have like Lebanese nostrils. So air's not getting through here on a good day. So I have to sleep through my mouth
Oh,
or
well,
breathe through my
see,
mouth when I
no.
sleep. Good blooper. Sleep through my mouth. But you can breathe through your nose. So I guarantee it does feel like someone's like holding your nose. But I think it's something else for me as your wife.
Uh-oh.
I don't like that you're sick because you're usually like, I see you as like this very strong, able-bodied, you never stop moving. And then like
Yeah.
when you get sick, it's so dramatic that it scares me a little bit. Cause it's like, I'm not used to you not being at 100%. I'm used to you like pushing through and just going. And then when you're sick, it's like, one, you're just in a pissy mood, and that just puts me in a bad place because I can't fix it. I'm a fixer and I can't fix it. So here's me like buying everything. Like, okay, I'm dosing you. You can take this now and this in 3 hours, and you can take this, and this is homeopathic. So you can take it at the same time you take this because I'm trying to fix this situation.
And I'm scared.
And you're like, medicine doesn't even work for me. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna take it.
Well, you clearly you bought me the
Everything,
best,
the
right?
whole
The
aisle.
sleep, and I was wide awake. I took both. I took the pill melatonin, whatever it's called, and it's the little sleep
All the things. He
NyQuil,
just
all
took the
that,
whole aisle and was wide awake.
wide awake, and like it didn't do anything, and I'm still miserable. You know, so
But then, like, what doesn't make sense to me, because I'm sure there's someone out there, husband or wife, who like, they're the one who toughs through it when they're sick. And then there's another person who like, the world is ending. But what doesn't make sense to me is when I'm sick or your kids are sick, you don't act like the world is ending for us. You're
yes, I
like,
do.
come on, you're probably just faking it to our kids. Like, no, you got to get up. You got to like, so I don't understand.
You're absolutely right. Because why? It is not nighttime when I'm doing this to them. During the day. When I'm my sickness, it like turns off for a second. And I can do like, think about it, right or wrong. You told me to get down. I had to fix your wheel. You didn't want me to fix it. I had to wait till today to fix it. Right or wrong.
Because I wanted the like, your life is over
But
to
I was
end sooner.
still gonna do it.
And you were
see,
not
look,
healing when you're like trying to.
I drove JR. Well, we drove JR all the way up there to Bryant for a practice, turns out to be. I thought it was a game. Just a practice, which is still cool, But Earl, you can give me a little more intel next time, you know what I mean? But it's all good, but
That's what happens with your Texarkana. There's not like a lot of
yeah.
local practices. But my reason for wanting you to get down was because like your body, who was just saying this? I was just watching something. They said like your body only grows and heals when you're sleeping. And so the reason I want you to just lay down is like, one, you're pissy anyway, so just go lay down and leave everyone alone. And two, maybe you'll get closer to healing if you just take a rest. But instead, you're like, you know what? I've decided I'm going to rearrange the closet. I've decided I'm going to switch the wheels on my car. I've decided we're going to change the whole garage. You know what? Now's the time to spring clean the workshop. Like, bro, you have a 100-degree fever. Like, go sit down somewhere. Because then it's 8 o'clock at night and you're like, this is just
Yes.
so
So I'd rather just keep doing stuff. But thank you for the heads up. I will now continue on to that. And
You're
not
gonna
go
stay
to
up all
sleep.
night?
I won't sleep.
That's
When it's sick,
totally
when
not
sickness-
what I said. But
That's
it's
what I
okay
heard.
if we're gonna try it. I mean,
I'm dead serious. Like when I get sick, I'm not sleeping.
you're gonna fall out.
I'm not
I'm gonna
sleeping.
find
And
you
then
in the pile
once I
in the
fall out, it'll be all
kitchen.
right then, right? Once my body can't take it, it don't matter at that point. My body can't take it, it's out.
My personal favorite is when I wake up worried about you in the middle of the night and you're like snoring. And then in the morning, I'm like, I'm so glad you got some sleep last night. Like, I didn't sleep. That wasn't me. I didn't even sleep. What are you talking about? I'm like, okay, you're right. But
Anyway.
there's some married couple, because I know this because, like I said, other women talk about this and how their husbands, it's usually their husbands who are just big babies when they're sick.
Okay, you can
But-
stop picking on the guys.
But
All right,
maybe
let's
it's
move on.
reverse. I'm just telling you personal experience. Maybe it's reverse. For me, I will say my problem with being sick is like I had a weird childhood. Love you, Mom. I know you're watching. You weren't the problem. But I was like punished when I was sick. Like I used to get in trouble. I remember one time I had like the flu, like the throwing up flu. I was probably Ray's age. And I knew I was going to throw. You know how you like, no, you're going to get sick? I knew I was going to get sick. I told my parents I was going to get sick. My dad was like, no, you're not. Like toughen through it or whatever he said. I went home and I got sick everywhere. And I was punished and I had to like clean it up. And so I would never go home from school sick. I would never go to the nurse. I would never. So now it's like when I'm sick, I'm like, I push myself until I'm about to die. And then it's like, okay, my body's like, okay, you need to go lay down.
Well, see, Now you know when you sick, I don't take them measures. I try to take care of you. I try to pamper you. I try to tell you to lay down, be cool, all this and that. Right or wrong.
Somewhere in the middle.
Now I'm
No,
done.
you definitely don't push me like you're not a jerk
Sports?
about it. You're not a jerk about it, but no, I guess what I was saying though is this whole like the different ways that we grew up and the different ways that we handle sickness now makes me think of our kids. And like we have
Yeah.
3 very different personalities. And like I just wonder what trauma we're putting on them when they're sick because like
Well, not much.
I hope not. I think thinking about it is the first step and like how do we
'Cause like
be
I
more
said, when I think
mindful?
back, my mom, she didn't. My mom did some weird stuff. Now I think about it. When we was younger, like some old crazy. I don't know where she got some of these stuff from, telling us to do this, do that.
Like
Big
Vicks on your feet?
Vicks on the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
know.
That's like every weird wife. Somehow it always leads back to Vicks. I
I
thought it
don't
was a
know.
Lebanese thing. Like you just put Vicks on
No, my
everything.
mom had my sheets was full of Vicks.
That's why you hate it now.
Man, I don't even ain't no Vicks in the house. Yeah, right. It don't do nothing. But yeah, she's had all type of different things. But she didn't ever make nobody feel no type of way. Like I don't feel like I make nobody feel no type of way now. When I'm sick, I'm sorry if I make you feel type of way because I'm feeling sick. But when you sick, I don't try to make you
I think
feel.
maybe it's just a control thing for you. Like as you're talking about it, I think it's just like you really like to be in control, or at least think you're in control. And when you can't control the fact that you want to go to sleep and you can't, it just like you just spin out, and everything irritates you. Like the temperature irritates you, the smell of food irritates. It could be a cold, and it's like the whole world.
I haven't eaten for like 2 days almost.
I know.
Because nothing smells good.
And I was like, I like cooked meals that you liked, and I was so excited.
Like, no, it don't even
I was gonna
smell
bake
good.
more stuff, but then I was like, why? So like he can eat it.
It's kind of hurting my stomach smelling. But it's almost the same thing. It's like, right, I love those things. Quit playing. That's my favorite meal you made yesterday, but it just didn't smell right.
Well, we're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna try not to traumatize our children in the process when it comes to sickness.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, sports. I don't know. Like I have nothing here really.
Well, nothing for me. As far as my teams, well, the Lakers,
Didn't you say they're all on vacation? Is that what you said?
Well, yeah.
Oh, minus
Well,
Lakers.
yeah. As far as the Bears just went on vacation, we can talk about the Bears. That was crazy.
So they tied it up and then lost an OT?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. It's like everybody knew in the whole world who the ball was going to except him. You know what I mean? I think they were DJ Moore or something like that. Like, bro, you knew that ball was going to you. Why you didn't try to go for it?
Obviously not.
Well, obviously, right? Because the guy.
Is he a young player?
I mean, no, he's not young.
I don't mean young in age. I just mean like young in experience.
No, I wouldn't say that either. It's like his third team, maybe he been on. So no, not at all.
So he should have known.
He should have known. If anything in that huddle, I'm sure he told him, "Hey, bro, get it." Like I saw him actually that video. He was smiling in the huddle. They felt like they had it. You know what I mean? And it's like they really did. If he would have kept going, I feel he would have made that catch and boom, field goal at minimum. Because they was in field goal range with that. If he would have caught that.
Was that the one? Because I just saw recaps because ESPN's on our TV in every house, in every room of the house, all the time.
Yeah.
Is that the one where like he like backpedaled for forever?
No. That's what got him to OT. You know what I mean? That was a touchdown pass he threw, which is like I said. That's
I was saying, like that was
Ray
me though, right?
Or Tater do when I'm playing them in Madden. Just take off backwards. Like, what are you doing? That ain't football. And then just launch it that way.
And he caught it, right?
But he caught it.
So that feels like such a waste to do all of that and then
right. That's what I'm telling you. No one remembers second place. We remember first. So all that what he did, probably ain't gonna talk about it. If they won, that would still be getting talked about.
That's wild.
That pass and all that. But since they didn't win, you probably never hear about it again. And it was crazy. But
so what's happening to the Lakers?
Lakers, like I said, we won. We won last night.
They're not Lakering right now?
We still Lakering. But
lucky or something?
Yeah, we still Lakering. But like I told you, when Austin Reeves went down, y'all thought I knew it. I knew that it was gonna be a little standstill, you know what I mean? But hopefully he come back here soon and we can get up out of this.
I saw a crazy article, obviously because I look at stuff for you and JR, so like my Google News feed is all your teams and stuff. I didn't click on it, but I saw this article come up that said he just played against his 1,822nd player.
Who, LeBron?
Yeah. So in the course of his career, professionally, he's played against that many individual players.
I got one better. It is literally a team. Well, the Bulls. He played against the Bulls, right? Derrick Rose, what was his name? Joakim Noah. That
Mm,
Bulls team
yeah.
that Derrick Rose was on that played against LeBron. They got a whole documentary right now about playing against him. They all retired.
Oh goodness,
They
that's
all
wild.
retired, and he's still out here getting it. And they making a documentary about playing against when they played against him. Think
That's
about that.
wild.
You know what I mean? So LeBron
When we lived in
took my
Boston, I
hat off
don't
to him.
and like saw Rondo like out at a restaurant. Remember that? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't really remember. But that was like the Celtics. Like
yeah. I was back
they
then.
were
Yeah,
in the. I mean, they were the team.
yeah.
I don't really
LeBron was
remember.
still.
Yeah, I was like in my mind. I was like, was he playing there? Like, of course he was.
Yes,
He's your age. So
yeah, he was bad. He was going and he was battling. Back
I just
then.
remember the Celtics and just
Yeah.
you were.
Well, actually, no. I take that back. That wasn't then because
Where was
that was
he?
right because Ray Allen was still with the Celtics then when we lived in Boston.
Yeah.
Ray Allen
Yep.
still was on there. Yeah, they didn't right. And once Ray Allen came to the Heat, that's when okay. Never mind.
I don't know who he played for, but I know he played because he's
No,
your
Ray
age.
Allen didn't come to the Heat. My fault. Ray Allen. Yeah, he did come to the Heat. My fault. Yeah, my fault. Yeah, he did come to.
Jared would be very upset with your basketball.
Yeah,
IQ
yeah.
right
It
now.
got a lot going on, man. LeBron.
Well, when
lot
you
of
said Ray
players.
Allen, like all I thought it was our son. Our son has 2 middle names, and one of them is
Yeah.
Allen, so we do have a Ray Allen.
Yeah, your middle name, my middle name.
Yeah. So,
And then, I like Ray Allen, the player on top of that. So,
once you said Ray Allen, I really wasn't listening after that.
oh, okay.
Nothing big, like I guess, and nothing else big.
I mean, other than like I said, the Bills, they got, and the crazy thing, it happened like two other times. It happened 3 times, but 2 other times other than that one this week. You know what I mean? Where it was like same thing, but they called it a incomplete.
Oh, is this the interception thing?
Yeah.
Like, dude
it's like
obviously had caught it.
clearly caught it, clearly down. He took it on the ground.
But okay, do you think that what we were watching a commentator and he said like body language? Because I wanted to talk to Jared about this if you think it's legit, but we haven't had time to talk about it.
Rex.
But how he was saying like the body language of the player like matters because if he definitely just looked like
Defeated.
he took the ball from me. But if he got up like confidently like no, I caught that, then maybe they would have had a different action. What do you think? Do you think that is a real factor?
I don't know. You know what I mean? It could have helped maybe, but if it's rigged, no. And if the fix was
A
in,
few episodes ago.
that's what I'm saying. If the fix was in, because it's like it just don't make no sense. You know what I mean? Because like how could like for instance the other one, I guess it was only one other one because the Devontae Adams one, his knee was clearly down. I clearly saw his knee hit the ground, and then the ball got took out. And then who was the other one on? I think it was in the Rams game. But anyway, those two was identical almost. You know what I mean? And it's like,
You think it's rigged? That's your takeaway?
My take is yeah, because it just don't make sense. But I don't know.
Okay, so let me tell you this. I'm listening. Malcolm Gladwell is one of my favorite authors. He writes nonfiction books.
Okay.
He wrote David and Goliath, and if you like nonfiction, he's just a phenomenal storyteller. He wrote Blink. He wrote Tipping Point, Revenge of the Tipping Point. He's just a phenomenal author. So he does a masterclass, and I'm writing my book, so I'm listening to other authors talk about it. So he tells this insane story in his masterclass about the NFL and how something happened. I don't even remember like what triggered the story, but I do. I think it was either Harvard or Yale. Someone came out with like the things the NFL should do to make the game safer for players.
Right.
Okay. And like at the top of the list or close to the top of the list was the doctors who treat the players should not work for NFL teams. Like one of the biggest changes, but they all do. They're all employed by the teams. But that one of the biggest like changes you could make for the safety and health of players is have them be independently employed. Which makes sense, right? Like your doctor doesn't work for your boss, right? If they did, they'd be like, get back out there. You're fine. It's not cancer. You're just dizzy. You know what I mean? Like they would just shuffle you off.
Yeah.
And I told you about Corey, who was a former pro MLB player, and he will tell you like it's a crazy, like what happens behind the scenes medically is wild, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So the Gladwell guy started doing research into this, and somebody came out and responded to the study and was like it was like a 30-page response to why the doctors need to be employed by the NFL teams. And so he's a journalist, right? So he's curious about this. So he looks into the guy who's the VP of like player safety.
Let me guess. He's like, and then
Well,
on
what
the
would you
NFL.
think he does? If you think he's like, if he is the top authority on player safety, what do you think his background is? Do you think he has a medical
I would hope
degree?
so, right?
You would think he's a doctor. Yeah, he's not. So what triggered Malcolm Gladwell to do the research was everybody kept calling him Jeffrey something. And he was like, why wouldn't they be calling him doctor something? So he starts researching the guy. Well, the NFL has like wiped a ton of information about his past life. He's an antitrust lawyer. So he has no medical background whatsoever. And I guess Roger Goodell hired him to like protect the antitrust like interests of the NFL. And he is the highest authority of player safety. No medical background, no medical experience. He's an antitrust attorney.
Wow.
So I was listening to that story and I'm like, one, thinking about our son who's just like his whole dream in life is to go to the NFL. And I'm like,
but that's why you got to
it's
teach him to
such
play the
a
right way.
business.
Well, yeah.
But also like you can have your NFL doctors, but like your mama's going to make sure you have a doctor who's not employed. If you do make it, when you do make it, son, there's going to be some second opinion somewhere.
Yeah. You can always get
Isn't that wild though?
Yeah, no question. Well, you knew that though.
I mean, it's wild, but not wild.
Yeah, I've been knew that.
But it reinforces this idea that it's rigged.
Yeah, it's like, right. That's why you see a person, almost snap his leg, go into the locker room, come back out.
Get a shot and he's back out.
Like, hold on, bro. You almost snapped that thing off. How you got back out here playing? I didn't see LeBron ankle touch the floor. You know what I mean? Go back and he back out there like, knew he was done, but
That's
nope.
wild.
Yeah.
Well, and at the combine, when they were those players, like the former players were talking about the fact that like you are not, like they don't care about you. No. You are just you're a pawn and you're like a tool for them to make money.
The minute you can't, we replace you.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So on that discouraging note, let's do parenting next. I guess we just brought up kids. I have device fatigue already. So like we got our last two littles.
Already?
I know. Like it's like the middle of January. We got our littles iPhones. They had phones before, but not real ones. Yeah, we were leaning in on the gab. So I have them like locked down. Like obviously these little turds are so much more savvy than I am because like I think I'm locking it down and then luckily they all snitch on each other, so they'll tell me when someone does something they're not supposed to do. But like it's like so many hacks to get around everything. So
if only they could use it for good.
So first of all, they're not supposed to be able to download anything without my permission, right? I set it up.
Some way Ray's phone is full of downloads.
Yeah, Ray. No, I have approved most of them because all that boy does is like want to do flips and drive cars and art, whatever. But somehow he got TikTok, lied about his age. Tate got TikTok, told the real age, so he got banned. So then Ray told me that obviously Tate didn't know he should have lied about his age because that's our littlest didn't, knew more than the middle. So anyway, so now like that's been handled. There's like parental guidelines or whatever. I'm just so over the devices. I'm like, I'm over my device. If I could leave, you see today, I did not have my phone around me. Like you called me 4 times. Like my phone was in a whole nother room because I am tired of this thing.
Tate, like, but where's your mom, bro?
I'm really tired of this thing. If we didn't have employees who like needed to get a hold of us if we're not on site, I think I would just like only have a house phone. Like I'm just over it.
Do you think the world could really go back? Okay, you think the world's gonna go backwards?
I don't care what the world. I could go back. I could totally go back.
I don't know if you could. Just be honest. We said.
Oh, you want a challenge? We should do it. You want a challenge? Because I could so go back. I don't think you could handle me going back because then it means if you are somewhere like, hey babe, I need a blah blah blah. Go look in the whatever for the. You can't.
Wait, I go back for everybody. I can't.
See what I'm saying?
I should be.
Because if I don't have my phone, I don't have my phone.
I get you.
But I could see. I'm just not. So like when I was growing up, we had one house phone. We had one TV. There was like the internet had just come out when we were in high school, but it really was like not a thing.
Y'all didn't have cordless phones?
Absolutely not.
Oh, see, we had cordless phones.
Oh, you were like, you were them.
Yeah, we had a cordless phone, but still, I mean, it still was a house phone. So,
I was excited when our phone went from the thing to the buttons, and I know exactly where the phone. I can picture it in my mind where it was sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we had cordless, so it was a little different. You know what I mean? Like you kind of had privacy. You could kind of go into your room and talk to somebody. But it still was different because it's like, you know, at the house you had to be at home, no question. To talk.
Yeah.
You couldn't like have a
Oh, but wait
phone.
a second. Hold on. This is the guy who had a pager.
Hmm?
So I don't know if I can really
Hey,
take serious feedback
that
from
was
you.
hey, that was different.
You were doing nothing serious enough to need a pager, if I can be honest.
Hey,
But I know you
man.
you really felt like you were
Man,
him.
me and my friend, I don't know why we had them things, to be honest with you. We done figured out every little code. You can text to say words on it. Yeah, that was a time back then.
But it's like,
Where'd that pager go? I don't know what I did with it. You know me, I don't get rid of
you
nothing.
think I care about the pager? I want to find all the old like football letters and all the
Daughter
newspaper
too, but
articles. Screw the old pager.
Yeah, got rid of
You have none of that stuff. I don't even. You
Yeah.
don't really even have pictures of your childhood. I don't need your pager.
Threw it all away.
But I don't know. Here's my thing on the devices. I like what it gets us access to, but it's like nothing is in moderation.
It didn't change it. It didn't. To me, I really feel that changed the world. Internet, social media, phones changed everything, and I don't know if it ever will go back.
No, I don't
It
think
can't go back.
What was
I
that
don't
show
think.
we watched where it was like they lose electricity and then like it was like it was on network TV. And we watched like all of it. And I was like, man, you watched and you were like, that would be hell. And I watched and was like, that would be amazing. Remember, like by the third season, people were like riding horses and we
What
were like
was
fully
that?
embracing.
I forgot what that was called.
I know, I can't picture it. I mean, I can picture it, I can't think of the name of it. But it's okay. We'll find it and we'll post it in the comments.
Yeah.
But that's my struggle. And I think it's like the kids this is the only world they know. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's hard for them to like understand and
like
imagine
us
a different world.
Old
Old
farts.
heads, like
Yeah, we
I
done lived
just,
through no cable, phone, no phone,
I mean,
all
when we
that.
met, my TV was like,
Right. Yeah.
and you moved a big TV into my apartment, and I like felt like I lived in a movie theater. It was like
Yeah.
the
I don't know
biggest,
how you was watching that on that.
because I didn't
Room.
grow up with TV
What
like
was it, like
that.
a 13-inch?
Yeah, for
Might
sure.
have been 19 tops. But you was like clear across the room. Like, how can
And
you even
I
see
felt like a baller. I was like, I finally have my own TV it was my first apartment. I was like, I have my own TV. Now it was like, right, smaller than a microwave, but I felt like I was her.
Yeah.
But
I
our
mean, it was
kids
all
don't
right.
know. They like that. They just,
Yeah.
lately I've just been like, go outside. And then they're like, can I take my phone? Why? What do you need your phone for outside? I need
Right.
to listen to music. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't have no answer to this. I just right now have frustration about the fact that I'm just over it. And it's not just, it's
Yeah.
everything. It's like, there's sports teams. And then like, we don't communicate with parents. We don't even communicate with kids. We just post it on social media.
Yeah.
Like, we're not like, so if you're not on that stuff, then it's like,
Mhm. Or if you just happen to not look at it that day, now you're getting punished, can't play a game because you didn't come to practice, because you didn't look at the social media. Like,
yeah.
that would have
We're
never
just real
happened
old
back.
heads.
Yeah, that would have never happened back when I was coming up. It was posted. They either told you in practice, you know what I mean, if something was going to change, or you already knew the practice schedule from the time the season started. You knew every practice, you know what I mean? So it's like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm just over it. But
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. Right now I'm trying to give them restriction, like more. I just want them to go outside more
Me too.
and be like boys. But then, like the more they're outside, they're going to like get hurt, break stuff.
Cool.
You got to be okay with that.
I'm okay with that. I want them to go, not break stuff, but I want them to go
Famous last words.
outside and just be outside. You know what I mean? Like, I see my kids, and it's like in these sports that they want to get in and just be gassed out there. Because, like, right, last time I checked, kids supposed to have all the energy. So like, where did it go?
That's a whole different conversation though about like our diet. And we eat pretty healthy as a family, but even like what we eat, it's like, that's another thing. That was actually gonna be my Mads moment, but I'll save that for later. But that's another part of it. It's like what we're consuming all day, and then what we're doing all day, and how we're spending our time, and
Well,
it's heavy.
yeah.
But anyways, I don't know. As they get bigger too, it's like it was easy when they were little
Yeah, it was.
because you don't have to think about it, worry about it. They're not comparing each other. Like Ray took made a video or a TikTok or made something while
Hmm?
we were in the car at practice. Like, it's like some picture of him, like,
Oh
you know,
God.
not duck lips, but like like an upset face. And he's like, POV hour 2 of your brother's practice. I'm like, no one needs to know, or like,
Right.
and then
But
they're
that's
like
the world we
comparing how
live
many
in.
likes they have on it,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of over it. So business.
Right. What's this week? You got for us?
So it's like, I know all of our employees watch our podcast. So I know they're going to watch this. So I'm not going to like name any names. You know who you are. But I can't not talk about this because I'm pretty sure other business owners deal with the same thing. And it's not just one of you, right? There's more than one.
Yeah, it's multiple.
So we are pretty chill as
You.
bosses.
Let's clear this up.
I mean, you might not
You
be
are
chill,
pretty
but
chill.
I
You make me be
chill you out, right?
You make me be.
Yeah. I literally said, be glad it was me who found this and not you. But it's not that you're mean. I think you
No,
just
but I'm
have
gonna
like,
hold you
you're
accountable.
more accountable. Yeah, you
I
hold me
mean,
more
and
accountable.
hey, cause I know how it is. You give people way more chances, and like, no, people don't give me chances, so I ain't giving you no chance.
But see, that's because I hire people that I see potential in, that I want to like coach and mentor and work with, because I know they're only going to be with us for a season. I don't hire people that are going to be with us for life. I hire people that I know are like going to go do big things, and they're here for a season. And my job with them is to like nurture and support them. Like, I've had people support me for a season. So I'm going to push you, but I'm going to let you fail a little bit and like
I guess.
figure it out and then move on. So we've had a couple moments with employees where, like, when things are down in small business land, retail and restaurant, I guess we'll say, essentially, holiday months are wild, insanely busy, and then January and February are so slow. And so I think we've had moments where that slowness like tempts people to make some bad choices. Like, we'll just close early and stay on the clock, right? Like, it's just a few minutes. Like, what's the big deal?
Right.
And Tate is video calling me right now. I should just like,
Great.
yeah. Devices. See what I'm saying? So he's very nervous because he has practice. I'm pretty sure he thinks that we've forgotten. Our son, he's such a planner.
Yeah.
So I've had to have some pretty like, one we had together and one I had privately, but like some conversations around, hey, look, like I get there are days where we're slow and you just want to maybe cut some corners, but the way you get to grow is by us building these businesses so that we can be more successful. So you can be more successful. We pay our employees really well. We're really generous. We are flexible. We encourage people's family time first. Like, if stuff happens, like, we're not crazy.
Very understandable.
So in exchange for that, I want people to care, and they do. Like, I will say, even the people who had their moments, I know they care. And I think they were both, yeah, so obviously it was two of them. They were both devastated that they like disappointed us. I know they care, but it is a struggle to like help someone help themselves. Like, I'm trying to have a conversation where I say like, I need you to like see that if we stay open and are able to make more money and be more successful, have more sales, whatever, that's how we turn that back. That's when we do bonuses and we do regular raises and we're those people. But if you're cutting corners, then it hurts us, which means eventually it's going to hurt you, which means I can't afford to have as many people on staff, or we have to like modify the hours or the offerings. And it's like, so it's kind of like parenting in that it's hard to have someone like see your heart in it and what you're trying to accomplish, because all they see is like, well, I was really tired and I just wanted to close a little early, or,
Right.
my friend talked me into it, or whatever it is, right? Like, I had somewhere to go and I just wanted to make sure I could clock out right. I was doing my pre-close checklist or all the things. And like, it's just hard. It's like the part of being a business owner that people don't like see. And then as customers, if you screw up one time and you're a small business owner, like, you're canceled. Like,
Pretty
We
much.
don't have the brand
Cheers and
equity.
jeers.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
don't have the brand equity where people are like, oh, it's okay. That's them. Like, we got them. It's all right. They had a moment. There is no grace for small businesses.
Right. Depending on what you do, it'll be at the end.
So if you show up at 5 minutes before close and we're closed, like I was trying to explain, like that hurts us in a way that's so much bigger than just one person that showed up and it was closed.
Right.
So that's been the challenge this week, and balancing like what's the best way to coach and support employees to make the right choice. But it's reminded me of a moment that I had. And while I'm telling this story, hopefully you'll think of one. I'm sure you have one of these. Maybe Miller. But I worked a job I absolutely hated when I was pregnant with JR. He used to drop me off at the job and I would cry. Nobody would hire me because I was so big.
Mhm.
I looked like I was 9 months pregnant, like the whole pregnancy.
Yeah,
And
about
so
5 months in, 4 months in.
that was a job. I hated it so much. It was a customer service job. I just dreaded it. It wasn't Sunday scaries. It was like every night scaries about the fact that I had to go to work the next day. I hated it so much.
I hated it too.
And you would drop me off and I would just cry, and then I would have to like suck it up. And I was amazing and I won all the awards and I got promoted, but I hated it so much. And so I know our employees are watching this right now, so I'm going to tell this story so they understand that I understand, but I'm still standing on what I stand on.
Right.
So don't think I don't get it. But true confession time. I was super efficient on my calls, right? And you had like a software where you could like end the call when a customer would hang up, you had to still hang up. So it didn't just disconnect and another call would come in, because you had to like notate the call, right? So you had to take the notes on the call. And so like I would notate while I was on the phone, and then I would just like let it sit there for a second after the customer would hang up. And you're probably like, why would you do that? It's because like I just wasn't ready to take another call. So I was still beating everybody's times, but I would just like run it out. And I knew how long I could sit there and not take another call. And I would like stretch it, milk it for sure. And imagine if I hadn't milked it, looking back on it. It wouldn't have mattered because I was already there. But that was my thought process, was like, screw it. But I will say it didn't feel awesome. I'm a terrible liar. It eats away at my soul. So like in the back of my mind, I thought.
That's what I was like, hold on. You did that?
I thought I was going to get caught and like arrested and like go to like work jail.
P.S. I just not finding this out today.
Yeah, when we had this episode with an employee,
Our
I
son
finally
is
just
15 now. He wasn't even born. I'm just not finding this out that she was pulling the wool over their eyes, but it's all good.
So I do get it. I do understand. But I will tell you, like, people have asked, like, how do you guys do as much as you do? And how do you keep going? And how do you, and one, I think it's just being like real, like being real about everything. The fact, like, I've cut corners, I've milked it, being real about the fact, like, we had a full-blown argument pulling into this parking lot. Just being real about life is just, it's easier, it's lighter if you can just be real about things. And like I told the employees, like, just don't lie to us. It's one thing to say, like, hey, I really screwed up. To me, that's leadership, is saying, like, I made a mistake. Even acknowledging, I have not thought about that job in 10, 12 years. But today when the situation happened, I was like, oh, I can relate. I can understand why you would make that choice. But if you're trying to get to the next place and you're trying to like level yourself up and you want to be a leader, like, I get it. We're all human. We make mistakes, but own it and then make a different choice.
Definitely don't lie. You did it, you did it.
Yeah.
You know?
So I know you have a story.
Well, you know me in particular. You
don't have to like name it. Bro, I used to sit in the van.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I can't really, you know me, babe. I don't do nothing I don't like.
Okay, but when I met you, you were on bull.
Well, yeah, but you could
fast.
say I was on bull, but I really wasn't. I was doing my job. I can't help because I'm quicker than this guy. You know what I mean? Like, I come in here, I do all my spots. Boom, I go to this spot. Boom, I'm done. I can't help it. You gave me an hour and a half here, and I was done in 25 minutes. I mean, what?
But like merchandiser Johnny might needed some help. Why didn't you go help
guess
him?
What? Once they caught on, guess who merchandiser Johnny had next to him? This guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So, but then after that, they're right. I started slowing down because it's like, well, hold on, man. We getting paid the same. why am I going to do double the work? I'm just going to
Okay, I
slow it
think
down.
that's a totally different conversation that we like actually should have, which is the world doesn't actually honor, respect, and elevate people who are highly efficient. You actually get punished for it more often than not.
Yeah,
Truly.
that's what
If
it
you're
seems
really
like.
honest with it. Like even as a business owner, like doing more, it's like everybody is like, well, great. More taxes, more bills, more obligations, more scrutiny, more people judging you, more people who want to like hate on you, more.
Yeah,
So it's like, and the efficiency thing, like I can do in 20 minutes what it takes some people 8 hours to do, even
you
without
get it.
AI. But it's like, but then especially if I'm a consultant on an hourly basis, then it's like, well,
Kind of
I'm
screw yourself.
that's why I shifted to retainers. Cause when I first started consulting, I was all hourly and I was like, this is whack. Like the people who are like my competition, it takes them 10 times as long as I do, and I'm getting paid a tenth of that. Like it should be based on the output. And that's what I was trying to share with our employees. Like, I get that you've had bad bosses. I get that you've had people who like didn't give you any grace, but we're not those people.
Not
So
at
if
all.
we're gonna pour into you and treat you like your family, like we want you to do the same. Now, if you're having a really bad day and you need a moment, call
Talk.
us. Right, exactly. That's what I
Right.
said. Like,
Communicate.
pick up the phone and tell us. So I don't know. That's been the challenge this week, and um, just navigating all of those
Yeah,
things
I
and the
think it's
people
just
side of it.
2026.
People getting their New Year's out.
Yeah, they just
I will
trying
say,
to get
I
the
feel
swing
like
of things.
of all we have, I really, even today, even after everything in the last few weeks with both locations and different businesses, like I really feel like the team that we have, they're the greatest. Like we're getting ready to expand the
I
team.
second that.
And I think to myself, like, oh, I really hope we can find people who who fit this culture. Cause I think they genuinely care. I truly
Mhm.
think they care and they're pouring into, they love our customers. They're coming up with ideas. They're, both salty and good lucks.
I guess I'll talk to you off air. All right, ain't nothing I need to say on air.
Don't forget you're an old head. You need a second to like remind
No,
yourself?
just how about
Plug it in?
this? It's about our job, so remind me.
Okay.
Or our business, not our
Yeah.
job. Our business.
It feels like a job.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been business. News? I'm being honest with you. This one I'm probably phasing out. Because we're gonna
Good luck.
I can't even do it. I mean,
It's just too much going on.
The
And no
part,
change.
it's not only that, it's like, I want to stay relatable, right? And I want people who deal with stuff to come here as a place to be like, okay, we're not the only couple that deals with this, or we're not the only business owner, we're not the only parent, right? The more we step into news, the more,
You think we gonna divide?
yeah. And it like,
Because what, our opinions on it?
yeah. And I don't think we have
We said
divisive
what we said,
opinions.
though, right?
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm to the point where with news, like I don't even know what I want to say. I'm so overwhelmed with the choices that are made by people we've elected on our behalf
Not
that
people,
do not represent.
person.
Okay, but at the state level and like just not just one. Like it's led by one, but it's not just one. I was thinking today. I was watching the news. And I was thinking, like what if you could, and I'm sure someone's done this. I just didn't have time to look it up, but I'm sure people have polled other countries
Mhm.
about like the American general population, not politics. And I just like wonder what the take is on us, right? Like us, normal, average, everyday, small town
What you
Americans.
mean, what's the take?
Because like other countries, you don't know. Like, okay, we were talking about this on the last episode about ICE, right? And how like we like lump ICE together as one body with everyone having the same ideas. And it's not that, right? It's a bunch of individuals. Some are probably
Clearly.
like over here and some are probably over here. But like we lump them all together like ICE, like they're one thing. And I know people in other countries are lumping Americans together and be like, those Americans, like they elected Trump, like
No.
but that's what I'm saying. It's just, and it's so difficult for the average American, I think, to have a voice.
Go out here. I hear you there.
And that part is like, we look crazy.
But we still need to talk about it, I say. I'm sorry. We still do. It's part of
You're
our
not
life.
you're not going apocalyptic like you did last episode. I'm not.
I
I
I
think
didn't
if we
go
were in
apocalyptic.
studio, maybe you wouldn't have gotten so like hug your loved ones, buy canned goods. You know, you would have gotten that far. But
I ain't
we
say
didn't
buy
have a
no
live
canned
audience,
goods,
so I mean, it was
but
almost there. You weren't there, but you were almost there.
I'm just saying we live in a crazy time.
No, I agree with
though.
that. I agree with that.
You know, and
We
you never
were
know.
we were walking into Good Luck's this morning, and there was a group of people outside talking, and this one woman was like, "The New World Order, it's coming."
See?
And the boys
I
are
ain't
like,
by
"Mom,
myself.
what's the New World Order?" I'm like, "We're not talking about it right now. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, we're gonna go
That's
watch Left
crazy.
Behind movies, but that's all we're doing." Yeah, I mean, I had like all of it, ice and what's happening, Greenland, like all of this is crazy.
We can't exit it. Now we can, you know, turn it down a little bit, just talk about it, graze it.
Okay, you know what I'm
but
gonna do with it since you want to have
we
the
ain't gotta turn it
segment.
off though. No,
Here's what I'm
I
gonna
ain't
say.
running from nothing.
We're gonna have like a Martin Luther King Jr. segment for
Hmm?
news.
Every day? I mean, every
Well,
show?
I know, just
Oh,
because
I'm gonna say,
of
whoa,
the timing. But there's not a lot of voices that are like his voice, right? His voice, he actually talks a lot about coffee, which I thought was interesting. He has a
Hold on.
quote.
I heard something today that I had
This is
never.
totally just
Sorry, but you
gangstered
talked
my
about Martin Luther
conversation. Go
King.
ahead, go for
No,
it.
it's about Martin
You'll
Luther
forget.
King.
It's okay.
Yeah, I will. That's why I got to come in.
Come in.
But did you know his name was Michael? Yeah, I had no idea his name was originally Michael.
What do you mean originally? Like it changed?
Yeah.
He changed it?
No, his dad. Because he a junior.
Hmm.
You know, and then his dad took some trip over and then like discovered the Martin Luther, like the real Martin Luther. Yeah, you know what I
OG.
mean? Yeah. And came back, changed his name, and changed his son's name too. Yeah, but his original name was Michael.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, huh? Carry on though.
Like,
I want to throw
not
that in
sure how
there.
that's relevant, but
Well,
it's
you
a
said
great
we have
story.
a Martin Luther King, so I had to throw that in there.
Your tidbit. No, so I thought it was so interesting because he talks a lot about reading and he talked about a lot about coffee. And obviously we have a coffee shop and we have a bookstore. And so it just like we are doing something in the moments where it's like, what are we doing? We're doing things that matter. But he had this really fascinating quote about coffee. I should have pulled it up, but it was like, before you start your day, if you have a cup of coffee, you're already indebted to so many different people in the world because coffee comes from so many different countries and has to get processed through so many different countries. And the concept was like, even for Americans, you start your day and you're already indebted to someone in another country.
Right.
And like, to me, that's just right. It symbolized that what he did was to try to find what's similar about us. So I guess if we talk about the news, well, I have to, in order to be okay, like severe empath, if I'm going to be okay and we're talking about this,
I hear you.
I have to find a way for us to highlight stories about how we are more similar than we are different.
For sure.
Because if the idea is to just talk about what's happening, it's too much for me. I can't, it's like overwhelming. And it's really interesting. I think I mentioned it a little bit on the last podcast, but like, you know, when I first got into consulting 10 years ago, people didn't talk about religion or politics. You just didn't do it. It was like a thing. You just didn't. Oh, all the time. And it's so different because it's become like a normalized way. And like they assume that everyone is a certain.
Keeping America great.
No, it's like, I mean, but you learn like who is, you know, and it's so, I don't really want to know, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't want to know where you stand in religion or politics because I'm here to do a job and I want to do my job really well. And I don't want to.
That could take over the whole day.
Yeah. It could, and you might be unpleasantly surprised with my position,
right.
You know? And so like, I don't want to.
You said they might go ahead and that's how you talk to you.
They might be like, we actually decided to go with someone else. But yeah, so that like news for me is heavy for that reason. It's a big reason why like putting this podcast, taking it out of our local world and posting it like in my professional world is taking finesse. Like
I don't understand it. Still.
It's just finesse. It's happening. It's going to take some finesse.
But it hasn't. But okay.
But it's on purpose. It's like part of a whole content release I'm doing on purpose.
Bullshit. But okay.
No, okay, well, we'll see. I guess you'll just have to see. You have to trust me.
I can't wait to see.
You just have to trust me.
I've been trusting you.
You just have to trust me.
But we're going to see.
All right, so speaking of consulting, healthcare. So this actually just happened, but family member going to the hospital.
Oh.
And I almost deleted the text, but then I sent it because we said what we said. And because I feel like So we have a family member who's older, one of your family members who's older, female and Black.
Clearly.
And
Well,
I
maybe
had
not. 'Cause
to,
I do got my
that's what
grandma.
I'm saying.
Yeah, my grandma's white. People
Not
probably don't
necessarily.
believe that.
And looked very scary.
Yeah,
She
she
might be your
did.
scariest looking family
She
member. She
did. I
was
never
like,
met her though, but
she looked
yeah,
intimidating.
yeah, she was very scary looking.
But what I had to say was like, you need to go and advocate for yourself 3 times as much as you normally would have to, because you have 3 things working against you.
Which is
And people
sad.
might think like I'm being dramatic, but when I started writing MoFo, the patient guide, I thought the book was going to be about like how healthcare works. But when I started researching some of the specific things about how healthcare works, I was just slapped upside the face by all the like disparities and like the racism. There's a phenomenal book. If you're a reader out there and you're interested, there's a phenomenal book called Medical Apartheid. And it breaks down like the Tuskegee experiments and why Black people are actually have the relationship they have with medicine. But it also breaks like how much more has happened than just Tuskegee. But then female, I have a chapter called Female But Forgotten, or Female and Forgotten. And it's all about how as women, like the perception is that if you experience medical anything, that like something's wrong with you, you're being hysterical. There's actually, I'm not going to get it exactly right, but like I think the word for hysterectomy comes from the Greek word for hysteria. I mean, there's just so much like embedded stigma around like women and seeking medical treatment and being heard. And like, look at menopause. Like menopause is something that affects every woman, and therefore your partner and your mom and your daughter and your sister and whatever. And medical doctors get 30 minutes of training on menopause, and it's something that will affect every woman. So I had to send a message today and just say, and I'm headed to the hospital. We're going to go to the hospital when we leave here, because I said, like, I will come advocate if you need me to, which is jacked up, but it's the reality that like you have to push, because you are not a man, you are not white, and you are not 29. And so they're not going to hear you. And so I don't know, maybe someone else needs that message, or maybe you have a family member who's like telling you something just feels off. And like, there's so many stories of people who just get overlooked.
Yeah.
So go and advocate for your person. If it's you, advocate for yourself. It's your person, advocate for your person.
Do what you feel right. You know?
Yeah,
no
trust your instinct.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that the hospitals and the doctors are evil, bad people. It just means that it's a business.
They're human too, though.
And it's a business.
And remember, they want to just get that check and get on out of there. And now you come in here making it hard for me to get this check.
But it's not even that. For some people, I think it's that. But for some people, I think it's genuinely like the system. It's a business. It goes back to the NFL, right? This is a business. And the business has become so complicated that in order for them to get any check, they have to make this like a, what's it called in a warehouse?
Assembly line?
Yes, they have to make like an assembly line, like one after another. 7 minutes is the average time an individual gets to see a doctor. And so the whole design of it is just hurry up and go. So that's my healthcare take. And hopefully I don't have to get too crazy, but I will if I need to.
Yeah, you will.
I'm going last. You are gonna go. Mike's drop. Max.
What?
Mic drop,
This
because
is it?
last time.
You here now?
Yeah.
All right.
Because last time you were like I said, we were doing like doomsday prepper at the end. I can't end on that note. We're not having it. You're gonna get like freeze-dried mashed potatoes because the world's ending. Ooh, hug your loved ones.
Oh, let me see here. Like I told you guys, I don't prep for these things. You know, it's just whatever I'm feeling in the moment. And in the moment I'm feeling, I just want to tell you that I love you.
Uh-oh. Okay.
No, I do. And I want to just confess to the world how much I love my wife. And I'm sorry about today. You are my world. You are my everything.
I love you.
All right.
This feels very manipulative. But
it's not. I'm being serious.
No, I do.
I told you how we're feeling.
It means a lot. It means
a lot.
Like
I said, right, we didn't let them know we was in the middle of an argument, and that, I didn't put on my best face.
Yeah, that's real life.
Yeah. But it's like, no, but real talk, I do. Like,
love you too, baby.
I love you, no matter what. I really do.
I love you too.
Don't listen to nothing I say when I'm sick.
That's the takeaway. I need to just like get you a room. Like I just need to we need to get like a medical room. Like when you have a cold, we're just gonna put you in it and like we'll see Daddy when he's better.
Whatever.
No, I really love you and thank you for. I know you like are a very verbose person. Maybe we should have ended with that. See, I thought you were gonna get crazy and like actually the world was ending, so I didn't want to make you last.
No, hey, it is what it is.
I love you. And I think this is real. I think, like, obviously we didn't have to say anything about it, but I think if you're married, you argue. That's just the now how you argue. Now we both came from like broken homes where like it was a 0-sum game. Like the goal of an argument is to win and to terrorize. Yes. And we've been through a lot as a couple. Like us almost 20 years in, like we've been through a lot. But real life is like we argue and we still pick each other. And I still love you. And thank you for saying that. Okay, so now mine feels very unimpressive.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so you know that I kind of after taking time over the holiday, and then I made this decision that I'm gonna be done consulting in 18 months. 17 now. Now that you're excited.
I know you're not gonna be done. I know it.
What do you mean?
I know it.
What does that mean?
But far as like the day to day you're gonna be done, you ain't gonna be.
I'm not going to be done in healthcare. I'm just going to be done with operations consulting.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Day to day.
So I've already figured out what it's going to look like and how I'm still going to, because I do feel like it's kind of a waste that I've gained all of this knowledge. It does feel kind of like a waste to just be like, I'm done. Not doing anything, not helping anyone, not shit. But I do like being in, like, I'm a fractional COO for a lot of companies. And like, that means I am in depth. And so when my mom was here, she was listening to some of my calls and she was like, how do you keep it all straight? Like I have to remember all these employees and all these projects and and like, that feels crazy.
Know how you do it.
So that part I'm done, but I'm not done. Like I do want to make an impact on healthcare. So Sean, San Francisco, Sean, said something to me that I just thought was really interesting because he knows I'm like at my end. Like he knows I'm like, he's like, you sound so like
he was there in
melancholy.
The
yeah. He was my first client and still a great partner, but he's like, you sound so melancholy about the industry. Cause I made the comment on one of the posts that like in the morning when I go for like a run, like yesterday I went for a run in the morning, Saturday. And like in the morning, the day is just so full of like expectation. It could literally be anything, especially with our life. It could be literally anything. We could pack up and be in another state. We could be at the store all day. We could have the craziest day at Good Luck's. We could book a new event. We could do all kinds. Like the day is just expectant. Like it's just so full of opportunity. And when I got into the business, that's how I would describe how I felt. Like the industry was like my morning. It was like, I can do, and I'm going to change healthcare. Like at least my corner. I
didn't feel like that though.
Because you are the eternal pessimist.
No, it's not. I just looked at it. I looked at it when you got in it. You know I did. And I said like, now babe, you ain't gonna be able to go on this like this. And you thought you was. You talking about something, you just wait and see. And now look.
Anyways, I'm not throwing in the towel. Stop it. Now it's like a challenge. But I looked at it like I could do literally anything. I could change. I could impact. And I convinced myself that healthcare was just jacked up because we didn't know any better. And if we knew better,
it's the money.
Right. If we knew better, we would do better. Right. That's how I was in social work. Like my past life was a social worker. I looked at foster care, therapeutic level, social work, and was like, this system is just so messy because we don't know how to do better. So I'll just make sure we learn how to do better, and I'm going to share that information. Everyone's going to know. And then once we know, we'll just do better. Like there's a whole different, politics, like in this country. We knew better. No, just because you know better doesn't mean you do better. That goes to last week's whole conversation about racism. Like just because you know. So I'm realizing that like the industry is not mourning for me. And I'm coming to the end of the day and I'm looking at like the impact that I've had. And I've had a great day. I've had a successful run. I've learned so much. Like I know more than people who've been in the business for 40 years, but like I'm over it. And it's so
hold on. Over it because you feel like it's just getting flushed down the tube, all your goodness. And it's like you stop being able to blossom because all this what you surround.
Greed.
Right.
And so, I don't know. I want to go back to the place where like I feel like something is my morning. Like I want to be excited about the potential. So, um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna share. I think there's probably a lot of people in their careers like where they're ready for a change. Like I think about my mom. I was talking to one lady and she used to be a physician and she was like, that's when I decided I was done practicing medicine. I decided like 5 years before I was done. And I was like, how did you know? That's so fascinating to me. And she was like, I dreaded going to work and that's what did it for me. And like, I love my clients.
You
Like,
ain't crying every morning. I know that.
or am I? You're not with me.
I am with you. Where am I
I
at?
like driving to the office. You don't know if I'm crying.
Man, you been, well, I done took you
No,
plenty
I'm
of
not
time.
crying, but I might be saying some profane words. But yeah, so I guess I think I'm gonna share this journey over the next 18 months with our audience of like what it looks like to just do something different. And because I can't be the only one who's like at that place where I want to be excited again. I want to like feel like it's morning and there's
And you
something.
really feel like there's nothing. You can't, like you done accepted that like I can't change this. There's nothing I can do to change
I
this,
absolutely can change. Like I'm gonna.
No, not you. I'm
There
talking
are
about
things.
this.
No. There's. I still think there's things I can still do. The difference is I can't be as deeply embedded as I am right now. I just can't because
it's like a physical.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. Like I'm an empath. Like I have a physical reaction to things.
I still don't understand it because I don't. But I mean, I agree.
You're not an empath. It's
at
okay.
all. But you know me how I feel about certain things. Like I don't know if you look normal. I think you normal. You know what I mean? Like how can you look normal
and this is
all
a
of a
whole
sudden
different.
you like off? Like
it's a whole different conversation because it's so real that like we're so different. So you assume that I'm doing things the reason you would, but like I have a different reaction.
Yeah,
like it is. I have a physical reaction.
Yeah, it took a long
discipline.
Like when you worked at Park, you know what I mean? Like it took me coming there. Like oh okay, yeah, people is a little off. You know what I mean? Like but he don't look off. This guy, he about to party hard. You know what I mean? Like, he been partying hard all weekend. Like, you ain't did nothing. You been on that school bus, dude. You know what I mean? But he said he been partying hard.
That's what I'm saying. But you were raised that like it's all about, Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's it might be my Mads moment. I might like loop it into healthcare, but I think I need to share that story so that people who are going through it can relate.
Yeah.
See, it sounds good. It's like a love profession, but.
Well, hey, man, like I said, we was going through something, and it was on my heart, I love you a lot.
I love you a lot.
But
I think this big scary guy who like the fact that you can articulate that to me, we've come a long way because you're not like a lovey-dovey, like share it.
Especially to everybody.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Like your new bestie from the Ohio State game. But
stop it. That lady where she is.
I wish I could find her. I would send her the episode.
No. You know who
I want to find? I want to find Josh Pankey, so you could send him our last episode. Show it to him.
Oh, Josh, my man. Yeah.
Well, anyways, I am so glad to be back in studio. We love Texter Cannon Podcast Studio, and I definitely don't want to have to record without it. So, our next one's in the books. Argument and all, we made it through.
Yeah.
And this is us. We said what we said.
We said what we said.